Week 1 is almost here, and I've got 10 players who are amazing starts due to some extra special circumstances. And we're going to get right into number 1, and it's Trey Benson. All offseason long, he's been targeted as the RB1B for the Cardinals, and we're going to check him out this week. We got Trey Benson, RB41, but I think he's going to especially be a great start. Now, last year was not mega involved. We can go to his game log in the Walter Picks app and see he did have a couple decent games, but this year it's going to be different. And the thing that's going to be different is week 1, they're facing off against the Saints. And this is a game where we have him projected. You can see on his projection right here, one of his highest of the season. I think he could even beat this projection because let's say the Cardinals get way up in this game. Who are they going to play more? James Conner when they don't need him, or the guy they've been hyping up all year, Trey Benson. So if you're in a deeper league, I know this may not matter for your specific league in every one of your leagues, but if you're in a deeper league or you're hurting at running back, maybe you drafted a Joe Mixon, Quidshot Judkins, Tajay Spears, maybe somebody's injured, Trey Benson could be a solid start for week 1. But player number 2, we're going to jump right to player number 2 here, and this one's going to be a start in every league, and it is Xavier Worthy. We got absolute whiplash. We got him as the wide receiver 15. Wide receiver 15 on the week because Rashee Rice, he will be suspended to start the season. So before this news, I really didn't want to start Xavier Worthy. But now that Rashee Rice is out, that's 8, 10, 12 targets that are now vacated, and Worthy steps up as probably the wide receiver 1. It's great for Kelsey, great for Hollywood Brown, probably good for Kareem Hunt as well, but especially for Worthy. So really excited to start him this week. I will highlight in the game log as well. Love these game logs on Walter Picks. He really did step up in the playoffs. Remember, during this time, Rashee Rice was also out. And we can scroll over in the game logs. Let's take a look here. You can see his routes run per game really start to jump up at the end of the season. You can see his targets jumped up at the end of the season, target share, receiving air yards, all these great stats in the Walter Picks app, which you can get in the description. It just goes to show how good Xavier Worthy was really strong at the end of the season when Rashee Rice wasn't there. The next player, we're going to jump right to the next player. It's Tony Pollard. And let's search him up as well. So week 1 is especially good for Tony Pollard for 2 reasons. Number 1, Tajay Spears is out. So that obviously gives Pollard some additional carries because they were talked about to be a 1A, 1B as well. But the other thing is that they're facing a really tough defense. So week 1, they're going against the Broncos. You can see he's got some nice projections while Tajay Spears is out. But week 1 especially, I expect some nice rush yards. Maybe not the best there, but the receptions is what really matters because Tan on the other side of the ball, and it's incredibly difficult to pass against Denver Broncos defense. Tony Pollard may step up as the team's real kind of wide receiver 1 this week because Calvin Ridley, you're not throwing it to him. With Pat Surtain over there on Calvin Ridley, he's just not getting the ball. And Cam Ward's going to have to pass some. They're going to have to run outside the tackles, get the ball outside of that zone, and getting the ball to Tony Pollard is going to make him an amazing play in week 1, especially if you play in a PPR league. Now for player number 4. Now this may be my start of the week. I know we're early in the video. We got to look at Ameka Egbuka, wide receiver 22 this week. Because of course, Chris Godwin is hurt. Jalen McMillan is hurt, but Cade Otton is also hurt. So there's really a vacuum of targets on this team, and Egbuka is going to be getting a ton of them. Because Mike Evans, he's really the only other option. Another amazing start for the year. If you got the banner down below, you see Mike Evans is top 10, but Egbuka is an amazing start over a lot of guys that you drafted ahead of him. I mean, we can take a quick look at that in the Walter Picks app. Let me go back here and hit cancel. Let me go to the wide receivers, and we can see, let's take a quick look down. I've got the premium, so I can see all the wide receivers here. But we got Egbuka at number 22 ahead of Pickens. I don't know about that for me. I'm a huge George Pickens believer, but definitely close with Pickens in my book. Garrett Wilson, Devonta Smith, Juwan Jennings, Jameson Williams, Zay Flowers. I'm definitely taking Egbuka over all of these guys. Ted McMillan, Cortland Sutton, Roma Dunze, Travis Hunter. I'm taking Egbuka over all of these guys. So maybe the only guy is the guy right next to him, George Pickens. So I'm sure we have pretty much tied with him. But everybody else really on this list should be sat in favor of Ameka Egbuka. And then we'll jump in to number 5. One of the other players that is one of my favorite draft picks of the year, Ricky Pearsall. We got him as wide receiver 17 this week for good reason. Check this out. Again, we'll go to the game logs in the Walter Picks app. Look at how he closed out last season. 28 fantasy points, 19 fantasy points. We'll scroll over in the game logs. You'll see his route share started to really spike at the end of the season. really elite targets as well. Juwan Jennings, he didn't practice yesterday, so he may not even play at all. We know Brandon Ayuk is out, which could leave Pearsall as the clear wide receiver 1 for the 49ers. That makes him almost a must start as well. Again, we got him as, let's see again, wide receiver 17 on the week, making him a must start player. And then we'll go to a rookie, a guy who's definitely growing on me is Matthew Golden, wide receiver 29 on the week, another player you're going to be starting over people you drafted sooner. Because we just got news that Jayden Reed has a broken foot. Now, it's the kind of injury that he could play through, but he's not 100%. He's feeling pain when he's cutting. So that is a big issue for Jayden Reed. So really, Matthew Golden clearly steps up with Christian Watson out as well. Matthew Golden is the clear wide receiver 1 for this team, which we haven't had in a long time. So Matthew Golden, I think, is a great option. I also love another Packers player. Let's check him out as well. For week 1, especially with those injuries, Tucker Kraft. He was not drafted as tight end 10, but we got him as tight end 10 for week 1, again, for good reason. He had some huge games last year. Huge games. Look at all this green. He had 2 weeks in a row as the tight end 1 last season. I'm really excited about him this year. They've talked about using him in the run game a little bit. He's an amazing goal line target. And with Christian Watson out and Jayden Reed hurt, Tucker Kraft could also see plenty of volume to be successful as a tight end in this offense, especially week 1. We'll jump to the next player here. Another player I'm excited about all season. This guy may even be on waiver wire in your league, so make sure you go at him. Ollie Gordon. We got him as on the running back 38, which is not bad. You play in a double flex league, or maybe you have some weaker flex players, or you drafted Rice and Addison. Ollie Gordon could find his way into your lineup. And you look at Devon Achane. Let's take a quick look at Devon Achane, who is expected to play, but I want to show you something specifically about Achane. RB7, he's expected to play, like I said, but look at this rush share. Another reason you guys should have the Walter Picks app is the rush share for Devon Achane only 45%. And the reason for that is he's a speed back. He uses his energy on quick bursts of pace. He's not someone you really want to use, especially in short yardage. So Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright is out, which means Ollie Gordon is he's going to take up that other 55%, maybe more of a 50-50 split. But look for Ollie Gordon to be heavily involved in this game. And if you need him, he's probably on the waiver wire and a great ad. One more thing I wanted to look at for this Dolphins team. Let's take a look here at Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill may not play either. He's had a oblique injury. He was practicing recently, but let's see here. He's practicing. He is expected to play. He's had a nagging oblique injury. So he's expected to play, but I'm going to be monitoring that especially closely next week. And if Tyreek is out, Ollie Gordon goes up the board even more because they're going to need to use Achane in the pass game a little bit more. And Ollie Gordon will probably be one of the main runners for this team. Player number 9? One of my favorite plays of the week, and actually someone I've been drafting a little bit, is Mark Andrews. We got him as a tight end 6. Remember Isaiah Likely? He's out this game. He's not playing, which means Mark Andrews, when any one of those guys is out, the other guy is a must start. And I'll just go to the game log real quick. He was a real stinker, honestly, at the start of the season, really terrible. But then he took off. I mean, he has so many games where he was top 10, finished the season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row where he was a top 10 tight end, very up there with the McBride, the Kittle, the Bowers in terms of 15, 18, 10, 13, 14, 15 points per game. So definitely targeting Mark Andrews is a good move in your leagues for this week. You may have drafted another tight end to go with him because, is he the most trustworthy? I don't know. Mark Andrews over Tucker Kraft even. Great start for week 1. Then we'll get to our final player. But before we do, I do want to make sure you guys have the Walter Picks app. It's got the My Team tool. It's got the trade analyzer. It's got the rest of season rankings. It's got everything you need to dominate your league this year. I help with the projections. I'm on the projections team. You got to sign up with code NOBS. You can sync unlimitedly. Make sure you use my code NOBS. So I've got some leagues synced here. You can see right here, I go to the My Team tab, and this team is absolutely elite. I drafted it with Walter Picks. You can search on the best projection. You can see that changes the lineup. Highest boom, that may change your lineup a little bit. Lowest bust, that changes your lineup as well. Walter Picks has you covered no matter how you want to play. Now let's go to that last player, and it's going to be RJ Harvey. This Broncos defense, they're the biggest favorites of the week. 7.5 favorites. I don't know if I like that line, but I do think that the Broncos have a great opportunity to control this game on the ground. So RJ Harvey, amazing opportunity this week and a must start in your league. Make sure you download the Walter Picks app. Make sure you have these guys in your lineup and hit that subscribe for daily fantasy football updates.